Ever wonder what the brutal dictator Joseph Stalin has in common with the slick advertisers on Madison Avenue? The answer might surprise you, and it's all about mastering one thing: perception. It's not about comparing their morals, but about dissecting a powerful and sometimes unsettling toolkit of influence they both perfected. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll never look at a billboard or a political rally the same way again. Let's start with a foundational principle: simplicity. Think about some of the most famous advertising slogans. Just do it. Think different. I'm loving it. They're short, punchy, and incredibly easy to remember. They bypass complex thought and go straight for emotional impact. Now, consider Stalin's propaganda machine. He didn't distribute lengthy academic papers on Marxist theory to the masses. Instead, he used simple, powerful slogans like the 5-year plan in 4 years, or long live the great Stalin. These phrases were repeated endlessly on posters, in newspapers, and chanted at rallies. The goal wasn't deep understanding, it was immediate, unthinking acceptance. Both Stalin and Madison Avenue understood that a simple message, repeated relentlessly, becomes its own truth in the public mind. It's about reducing complex ideas into easily digestible, emotionally charged sound bites. Next stop is the power of the image. The saying "a picture is worth 1,000 words" is the unofficial motto of both propaganda and advertising. Madison Avenue created icons like the Marlboro Man, embodying rugged independence, or the Jolly Green Giant, representing wholesome, friendly produce. These weren't just characters, they were aspirational symbols. They sold a lifestyle, an identity, not just a product. Stalin's regime did exactly the same, but with himself as the product. Official portraits didn't show a flawed, complex human. They depicted Father Stalin, a wise, benevolent, and almost godlike figure, often surrounded by adoring children or confidently pointing towards a bright, industrial future. Every photo was carefully staged, every blemish airbrushed away. This wasn't reality, it was hyperreality. It was the creation of an icon designed to inspire devotion and loyalty, much like a brand uses a celebrity to inspire consumer trust. Now let's talk about emotional manipulation. The most effective advertising doesn't just tell you about a product's features, it makes you feel something. A car commercial isn't about horsepower. It's about freedom, adventure, and status. A soft drink ad is about friendship, joy, and belonging. They target our deepest desires and anxieties. Want to be popular? Use this deodorant. Want to be a good parent? Buy this cereal? It's a subtle but powerful emotional lever. Stalin's propaganda operated on the same principle, but with much higher stakes. On one hand, it fostered a sense of collective euphoria and national pride. Massive parades, posters of bountiful harvests, and films celebrating heroic workers were designed to make citizens feel part of a grand, historic project. On the other hand, it masterfully wielded fear. Images of grotesque, hook-nosed capitalists or shadowy foreign spies were used to create a clear enemy. This created an us versus them mentality, making people huddle closer to the state for protection. It's the same psychological play. Find an emotion, whether it's hope, fear, aspiration, or insecurity, and anchor your message to it. Another crucial technique is the control of the narrative. Advertisers don't just sell a product. They tell a story. Think about the tech industry. When a new phone is launched, it's not just presented as a device. It's framed as the future, a tool that will change everything. The company controls the story from the keynote speech to the unboxing videos. Unfavorable comparisons are avoided, and flaws are downplayed or ignored. This is exactly what Stalin did, but on a national scale. He had absolute control over all media, newspapers, radio, and film. History itself was rewritten. Figures who fell out of favor, like Leon Trotsky, were literally erased from photographs, as if they never existed. Bad news, like famines or industrial failures, was simply not reported. The only story available to the public was the one the state approved, a story of relentless progress and inevitable triumph under a brilliant leader. By controlling the information flow, you control the narrative. By controlling the narrative, you control what people perceive as reality. And that brings us to the creation of an ideal future. Advertising constantly sells us a vision of a better version of ourselves. Use this face cream and you'll have flawless skin. Drive this car and you'll be more respected. Drink this protein shake and you'll be stronger and healthier. It's a constant promise of transformation, of a future paradise that's just one purchase away. Stalin's propaganda was built on a similar, albeit grander, promise, the utopian communist future. Posters depicted a classless society with gleaming cities, abundant food, and happy, healthy citizens working in harmony. This perfect future was always just around the corner, just after the next 5-year plan, just after the next sacrifice. This promise served a vital function. It made present-day hardships and sacrifices seem worthwhile. People were willing to endure terrible conditions because they believed they were building a paradise for their children. It's the ultimate sales pitch. Endure the pain now for a guaranteed reward later. So, what's the takeaway here? It's easy to see Stalin's propaganda as monstrous and Madison Avenue's advertising as harmless fun. But the underlying mechanics of influence are startlingly similar. Both rely on simplifying messages, creating powerful icons, tapping into deep-seated emotions, controlling the narrative, and selling a promise of a better future. The key difference lies in intent and consequence. One sells you a soda, the other sells you a totalitarian ideology. But the tools are drawn from the same psychological toolkit. Understanding this doesn't mean we should boycott all brands or descend into paranoia. It means we should become more critical consumers of information, whether it comes from a commercial or a political speech. The next time you see an ad that makes you feel a sudden surge of excitement, or a political poster that makes you feel a pang of fear, take a step back. Ask yourself, what story is being told here? What emotion is being targeted? Who benefits from me believing this? Because the person who masters your perception holds a subtle but immense power over you. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into the mechanics of influence interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how our world works. Stay critical, stay curious, and see you in the next video.